Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Canadian Chamber of Commerce's Technology and Impact webinar. So last but not least, we have our final presentation from Aru David, who is the Regional Director for Assist. Aru, do you want to take it away?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah. Okay, so good morning and good afternoon, good evening. I think we are connecting from different time zones. And greetings to all of you from Assist. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Kancham, for providing us this opportunity to present about Assist and a case study of where we use technology. Yeah. Before I jump in, I just wanted to briefly introduce myself as well as Assist. So I'm the regional director and I'm based in Ho Chi Minh City. I've been here in Ho Chi Minh City since 2007, almost 14 years in Vietnam now. And yeah, of course, I'm also the director for private sector partnership, which is one of the divisions within Assist. And today I'm just going to present to you about a project called Digi-Connect, which we are actually implementing and where we use technology for creating impact. So I'm just going to present that project case study. I know all of other speakers, they were from, they were technology service providers or technology providers, consultancy from KPMG. But I would say I'm just going to present from a very different perspective as an end user, right? An user of technology. And of course, the ultimate beneficiary is the most needed people and the target communities which we will be using technology, right? So I'm just going to present from that perspective. So yeah, we're doing this project called Digi-Connect, which is basically, it's a 2 years project, but because of the COVID, we are just delayed by another 6 months. So we'll end it by June next year. So my first agenda is just to briefly introduce about Assist. And then my second agenda is to go into the project case study. I know I'm the last speaker for the session today for the webinar. I know you had a lot of information overload. So I'll try to keep it as simple as possible, yeah. So Assist, we are an international NGO and a nonprofit. And then if I look at the right side, if you look at, there's three major divisions within Assist. One is as an NGO, we do social actions. Within the social actions, one of the, I think, standout division within Assist is the private sector partnership, where we collaborate with private companies, business, and try to implement their CSR or sustainability projects with also support from external donor funding. We have our own original initiatives. Sometimes we pitch for fund for those initiatives, and we do campaign and events. Yeah, one of our flagship event is called Impact event, where it is about innovation for impact, which we organize on an annual basis in the Philippines. We couldn't organize for the last 2 years because of the COVID. So we do organize a similar event where we invite speakers on technology for good, right? So that's on the social action side. We have our own creative lab or kind of a technology division within Assist because we do apply a lot of technology in our own projects. And we also provide as a service to external development projects. And then the third piece you would see is Impact, which is actually a magazine, which is a magazine for the NGO sector. So that those are the three broad divisions within Assist. In terms of numbers within Assist, I would say that we are actually, we started off in 2003. So we have been in operation for 17 plus years. We would have impacted more than 1 million plus people through various projects we are doing. We have done projects in over 20 countries, and we have registered office in 5 countries, Vietnam being one. Apart from that, Cambodia, India, Kenya, and the Philippines being the head office. In broad Assist, we focus on the following thematic areas: health and sanitation, food security and agriculture, education and skill development, disaster risk management, sustainable economy, and then employment and entrepreneurship. So these are the broad 6 areas where we focus and we have done projects. And there are cross-cutting themes, and want to note today is technology for good. So that's a cross-cutting area across all the teams. We always try to see how we can use technology in our projects so that we can create a bigger impact. Very recently, we have been doing a lot of COVID-19 response projects in the last 2 years, basically mostly in the Philippines, and now we are doing it in Vietnam as well. In terms of technology, these are some of the few projects, initiatives we are doing. For example, if you see on the key tech for good projects, we have a big project called Digi-Bayanihan, which was funded by Google. It's basically a Filipino word called Digi-Citizenship. So basically training people and mass on digital literacy. We have own initiative called Test Hero Career Engine, basically to support students for career-related skill development, right? And today I'm going to present to you about Digi-Connect. Asian NGO is one of our own portal where we try to, connect all the NGOs across the globe through this common platform. And we provide a lot of information on grant opportunities, list of partners. It's basically a platform for NGOs to collaborate. And this, I think the video learning modules, digital learning assets, these are part of projects we work with different private partners. So those are few of our technology for good related projects. So today, as a second agenda, I'll go into the specific case study on how we use technology for project, for impact. And so this project is in partnership with the following partners. So Digi-Texx is one of our key business partner here. They are a BPO service company based out of Ho Chi Minh City. I hope you know about BPO industry. It's called business process outsourcing. Basically, they provide service like call center service, or they provide data processing service. So they're based in District 12, and they've been in Vietnam for quite a long time now. And so they're our key business partner. As I said, as part of private sector partnership, we do collaborate with many big multinational companies who are present in developing countries. And Digi-Texx is one of our partner in this particular project. KfW DG, basically they're a German developmental agency and who's actually co-financing this particular project where we're doing. So I think that's one of the key expertise of Assist. We kind of go to private partners. We try to see how we can involve private partners in doing development projects or creating impactful projects. And then we try to add innovation to that particular project where we brainstorm on a project concept. And we don't just ask the private partner to fund this project. As an NGO, we look for funds to implement the project, right? But we also raise funds together with the private partner. When I say fund, these are all grant money. It's not an investment, but grant opportunities available from developmental actors across the world. So in this case, KfW is actually co-financing this project. It's an overall 400,000 euro project where KfW put in 200,000 euro and Digi-Texx around 200,000 euro. And Assist is actually implementing the project. So those are the key project partners. So if I have to just go into the background of this particular project, and what we did is basically, Digi-Texx being a BPO company, they were in need of staff, and it depends on customers and projects, right? Sometimes you get a big project, which is just for 6 months, but to implement that project, you may need 500 people or 1,000 people. So you can't predict your staff, how much you need to recruit. It depends on the business which comes in, especially in BPO industry. So there is a fluctuating need of staff for Digi-Texx here. So one of the solution is, okay, then we need to go into contractual staff apart from full-time labor contract staff, full-time staff, right? So we need contractual staff. But then they're based in Ho Chi Minh City. But if you look at the second problem, students, people in Ho Chi Minh City, they look for a permanent job. And then it was also high cost, because when you live in city, there is a high cost. But we also need staff. we need contractual staff, but also comes at a good price, especially for the BPO company, right? So the solution was basically to look for people from rural areas in remote provinces. And because their nature of business is using IT, as long as you have a computer and you have an internet connection, you can provide basically BPO service, especially data processing service. Maybe for call center, you need some infrastructure, but for data processing, you no need. So the idea was, okay, let's look for people from the rural areas in remote provinces. This was one which assist when we went in, we talked about what we do. And when we come up with the concept, we proposed this idea that let us look for people and provide job opportunities for people in the remote provinces, especially women, youth, people with disability, so that it could be a win-win. Basically, they can just work from home. They need not travel to Ho Chi Minh City. Thereby, we also, we talk about urbanization, too much people moving into the city, causing other problems, right? Developmental challenges. So I think if we can keep people where they are and they're able to get a job, and that also reduces the cost of living. So, you can easily get people, I'd say even 5 million, 10 million Vietnam dong per month, which could be substantial and big for the people without jobs. And suddenly they're able to earn from where they are. So it's kind of a win-win situation. So they get a job, and now Digi-Texx can get people with an affordable price, right? At a reasonable cost. So that's the whole idea. Now then comes the third challenge. Okay, now how about the skills required? Basically in this, you need just basic IT skills. They do not have skills. So basically then the solution is to basically train them. So now if you go into the next challenge, okay, you need to train, then there's a huge cost of recruitment and training. So there's cost of mobilization, you need to do interviews, you need to do trainings, recruitment, that's a huge cost, and you need a big HR team to do that. So I think we talked about this, and then we said, okay, I think the best way is going for a technology intervention for all these aspects, what's described in point number 4 challenge. So in the past, they were doing it all manually, right? You have a trainer, then this trainer has to go to that particular location. You need to train people. That's a lot of cost, operational cost. But then when we shift to technology, use of just basic technology, where for mobilization, we use digital marketing, we use the social media platforms, interviews can be done online, trainings and e-learning and using the learning management system. For recruitment, we use a recruitment portal. So we kind of identified what are the technology interventions we can use. Of course, it comes with a little bit of capital investment, but in a long term, the cost of operations could be reduced. So we are looking at long-term solution. And please note that this project concept was actually conceptualized around 2019, early 2019, before COVID. So we never know there's a COVID situation. But kind of, it was a blessing to us. Even in the COVID situation, we could implement this project because everything was done online. So that's overall the project background. And if you look at the project objectives, is basically to enhance basic IT skills for rural underprivileged people, leading to job opportunities. So that's the overall objective. And with the expected outcome within this project duration, which was actually 24 months, now about 30 months, we want to reach out at least to 10,000 people. We want to mobilize about 10,000 people and see if they are interested. Finally, we want to shortlist and provide training for 5,000 people to undergo trainings on basic IT skills and advanced skills. And at least then 2,000 trained people will be employed at the end of the project. So majority of this employment would be done by Digi-Texx, where they are in need of people, and as well as other BPO companies. So that's the overall expected outcome. If you look at the target group, 50% was unemployed youth in rural areas. So that's one of the key target group. Women, especially women with children, they have they've gone through schools, but maybe they don't have basic IT skills. They have children unable to go to work in office or travel to city. So basically women, 45%. And of course, we want to cover people with disability who are able to accomplish BPO task. Basically, if they can, as long as use a computer and do data processing, that's what we need. When I say data processing, it's nothing but converting data into digital format. It could be in physical format, in paper. Now you just changed into digital format. It's basically key typing skills and those kind of work. So that's the project target group. And of course, we can't do any project without our partners. So we have several NGO partners. Of course, we want to reach to different target groups, and we reach through different NGOs who are working with them, like the Center for Disability and Development, Dairu Foundation, SOS Vietnam, PWD, Nam Dinh Province, MSD. These are some of NGOs, local NGOs in Vietnam. And of course, we want to work with the Quang Trung Software City. Basically, it has a lot of IT companies, and these IT companies could be potentially recruiting these people later after their training, after they're trained. So these are our key partners. And if you look at the project activities, of course, as I said, we kind of to mobilize, to let people know, the target beneficiaries know about this project. We have to do a lot of digital marketing. We created a Facebook page for that. Facebook is actually one of the, I think, widely used social media channel in Vietnam. So we want to use Facebook. Secondly, we developed the learning management system, or we call the e-learning platform, basically. And then we also created a recruitment portal where all the trained people can be listed in this recruitment portal. And then we have to develop the whole courses in e-learning format, which took a lot of time here. We developed 4 basic courses and then 4 advanced. So basic courses like, how to use Google Chrome, search tools, Google Translate, basics of typewriting, handwritten letter recognitions. What is BPO industry? Because many people don't know about BPO industry. So we have to also educate what is this BPO industry. So those are the 4 basic courses. Once they pass this basic, I think then we go into advanced skills, email communication, how to use Microsoft Office, form field recognizing, and then skills on data entry and how to use the data entry software. So these are advanced courses. So once they're trained on this, I think then they're ready for getting a job in any BPO industry. Not necessarily only in BPO industry, but any back office job, right? We all need a back office, and I think these trained people can be actually recruited for any back office job. So yeah, I think this is just basically an example of how we use technology, and interesting also to train on technology, basically IT skills. So it's a very unique project, and we're very proud of this particular project. So that's just a case study on how we use technology. Yeah. So thank you. Then if you want to know more about us, go to assistasia.org, or you can email me at aru@assistasia.org. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, I'm done.